Hi there! Welcome to my channel. I am Mystic Marshmallow. I'm very excited that you came here and that you are here for this pick a card tarot and oracle reading, which today I'm excited about this. We're going to be doing what are you and this other person mirroring for each other, aka what about them is triggering for you, what about you is triggering for them, what are you learning from the connection, what are you reflecting back to one another, because we are all divine mirrors for each other. And so this relationship could be a family member, a friend, a spouse, a partner, a romantic interest, whoever, somebody you know well, somebody you don't. But I've got three piles here today. We've got pile number 1 with the scroll, pile 2 with the message in a bottle, and pile 3 with this little note on a clipboard. All right, and if you're interested in purchasing a personal reading with me, the information for that is in the description box. I love and appreciate any support you give me. If you subscribe, like, and comment, that's awesome. And just use your intuition to pick which pile you're most drawn to, and we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1. The timestamps for the piles are in the description box. Okay, pile 1, thank you so much for showing up here to this reading. We've got this little scroll here for you, and we're going to check it out. What is happening in this connection? What is the mirroring and the soul growth between the two of you? So we're starting off with an oracle card called the Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. All right, so you're definitely working through some deep-rooted subconscious, unconscious patterns, and there's a healing that's happening because of that. We have the Sun of Pentacles and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so there's something here about collaboration, being able to work together as a team, but there's also some sense of disappointment. So one of you may be feeling a fear of rejection, or like things didn't go exactly as you wanted them to, and so you feel kind of disappointed or let down about that. But I think Spirit is saying that there's really nothing to feel disappointed or let down about, and that's not Spirit trying to gaslight you, okay? Your feelings are valid, but you're seeing it from a little bit of a more negative perspective, or I guess I'm saying you, but it could be the other person as well. So keep that in mind, that I'm going to be talking about two different people. You see which one you kind of resonate with more. One energy might be more you, more the other person, or you might kind of resonate with both, which would make sense if you're mirroring each other. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. We kind of have one energy here on the left and another on the right. I'm going to look here at this energy over on the left. Oh God. My cards are going crazy. Knight of Cups. All right, so this might be, oh my gosh, this one wants to come too. Okay, so I have a feeling this is actually a romantic connection. It doesn't have to be, but there's definitely some feelings there. Tender feelings, sweet feelings, romantic feelings, okay? Could even be somebody you know from your past or your childhood. We have the Emperor. Somebody's learning how to access their masculine power. You do not have to be a man to access your masculine power. We all have masculine and feminine within us. So you may be tempted, I don't know why I'm referring to this one as you. This person over here may be tempted to kind of rush forward or do things their way, or kind of push forward or create the circumstances that they want when they're being asked to, well, yes, to tap into the masculine energy, but also the feminine. So learning how to surrender and flow and allow life to happen, as opposed to trying to make things happen, especially if you're feeling disappointed and you're like, well, I gotta make it happen. So this person over here is very action oriented, and there's a beautiful thing about stepping into that kind of power, but they may also need to learn how to surrender more and how to let go and not be quite so fired up and gung-ho about knowing exactly what should happen and it needs to happen this kind of a way. This person's much more in their tender kind of feelings, like really sweet and loving and nurturing and romantic, okay? And a card for kind of the energy between you, or two cards. There's a lot of fantasy here. So perhaps could be fantasy about what the two of you could build together, some kind of commitment between the two of you. But there's a lot about it that's kind of unknown or underneath the surface. You may have dreams of this person, and this person may have dreams of you. And when you're dreaming of each other, you're really working through a lot of subconscious stuff. And there are certain fears and illusions, like there's kind of a veil of illusion between the two of you where you're not fully seeing the situation for what it really is. I believe there is a lot of tenderness and sweetness here, but sometimes the ego might get in the way and like there's a perception of being rejected or slighted or something like that makes the ego want to go into full gear, when the reality is that things are already okay. Like there's maybe not even a problem to solve. You're trying to solve a problem or fix something when there's not even really anything that has to be fixed. So let's get some more, cards. This one. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. There's definitely the sweet kind of feminine, nurturing energy that's present here. We have the great severing, Mars energy, which of course relates to the Emperor, which is ruled by Aries and Mars. Anger, conflict, softening to love. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So there has been perhaps some kind of severing here and some kind of conflict of feeling like you need to like fight for something and go for something. And when I say you, this may not be you. This may be the other person. It's a little confusing. But there perhaps was a severing of some kind of something in this connection that's been very challenging. And you may be actually, one or both of you may be kind of cut off from certain parts of yourself that you're needing to reconnect with through going back into the feminine energy of nurturing and softening. There's a softness that needs to come in here. There's this strong Mars energy, and it's like, all right, yes, but let's simmer down, let's slow down, and let's kind of pause and reflect and just nurture ourselves. Like maybe this person over here wants to nourish and nurture this person, but this person's so much so in their defensive ego mode that they can't receive or accept that kind of nourishment or love because they're too much already in a state of conflict, fighting a battle that doesn't really even need to be fought. So that's really interesting. Okay, let's see what else we can get here. Cleanse, water energy, creativity, okay, death, and surrender. Not surprised to see surrender over here on this person's side because they really are needing to learn how to surrender more and allow space for the universe to do the work. Allow pause. You don't have to jump into action. You don't have to be the first to message this other person or make something happen. You can allow space for the creative powers of the universe to manifest what you want without you having to force it. This other person's working through, and this could be you, but this person over here on the left is working through their emotions. They're really in their emotional state in that water energy, in self-reflection, self-nurturing, having to really heal from a major loss. Perhaps it was the great severing in this relationship or a significant relationship in their life, and they're really just having to like cleanse through that grief and that pain and work through it in order to nourish themselves. Okay. We have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Allow there to be space and trust. And nourish yourself. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And that is the power of this Mars energy over here, is about being able to stand your ground and say what you want and say what you think and assert your will to challenge one another And it's not a negative thing that there are challenges being presented in this connection. It's actually a very beautiful, positive thing because it's something that you can learn and grow and heal from. Okay, I'm going to get like a card of kind of how this person is seeing this person and how this person is seeing this person. I guess I could call them person A, person B. So how is person A here on the left seeing person B? Oh, we already have one. Not the High Priestess, the Queen of Water. Oh, so they're actually seeing that softer feminine side of person B. Even though person B is presenting with this more sharp Emperor masculine energy, person A is aware of the deep, sensitive, nourishing part of this other person and is very psychically and emotionally connected to them. How's person B seeing person A? Page of Earth. They might be viewing them as a little bit immature. Person B might be kind of being like, I feel like this person's immature. And some of that may be actually just a projection. But that being said, they also see a very sweet and childlike, beautiful spirit in person A. There is this deep sense of like wonder and connection and nostalgia and perhaps past life energy, where they see them as like a really, really sweet, it's like they can connect, person B can connect with person A's inner child in a really beautiful way. And they love that. They love that part of this person. I feel like it's confusing a little bit, this reading with the two different energies, but hopefully it's making sense. We're going to get a few more cards before I end here. We have hydrate, drink tea, and journal. So these are some self-care practices that you can use. Some of you might be dehydrated, so go drink your water, drink some tea, and write about it. If you're having a lot of feelings coming up about this connection, journal about it. Take some time to just reflect, get it all out, purge, write out all the negative stuff, and then start to weave in the more positive kind of rewiring of that negativity. So we have Mercury and Virgo and the number 8, which may be synchronistic. And there's something that's needing to happen here about better communication. All right. That's what I had for you, Pile 1. I'm so appreciative of you coming to my channel. As always, I really appreciate anybody liking or commenting on my videos. It helps me to grow as I'm still kind of a small channel just starting out. And thank you so much to the people that are already subscribed to me. Love you all. Take care. Okay, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. I'm excited to get into this. We're going to start by looking at this oracle card of the energy in this connection. Big picture thinking. Ooh, I'm already getting all this creative excitement of like you two inspiring each other. Visionary, inspired ideas. You both may be very creative people, and there's this like excitement that's felt of like, ooh, I inspire you, you inspire me. Wow, think of all of the things we could do and create. Okay, we have the 4. Someone may be kind of guarding their own ideas though and being like, this is my idea, or this is mine. Some kind of like, a little bit of lack mentality here. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So some sense of kind of loss, disappointment, frustration. There may be a little bit of like chip on their shoulder kind of a thing from having been burned in the past of like, yeah, things don't really work out. So I'm going to call this person here on the left person A, this person here on the right person B. You may resonate with one of these, both of these. It may get a little bit like the energies may go back and forth in some way. So just take from it what you will. You don't have to be person A or be person B. You can kind of take whatever resonates. So we're going to take a look here at this person A, kind of what's going on in their energy. There really could be some kind of collaboration or creative project that they're envisioning, working together. The Hierophant, and kind of a long-term plan, long-term goal of, you know, their vision for their life, for their career, what they're wanting to create. And then we have person B here on the right. Wow, a lot just came out. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. There's an emotional match here, an energetic, vibrational match between the King and the Queen of Cups. And there's something very psychic and intuitive and deeply emotional about this energy. And then we have a more kind of immature energy here of the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords. This may be what this person is afraid of if they're a little bit guarded or guarding themselves. It may be because they've been ripped off in the past, or they've just had to deal with kind of childishness and immature behavior. So if they have any cautiousness or guardedness, it's simply because of that. But this person can be trusted. Okay, it's maybe more of just like a little bit of a lack of trust that I'm feeling from both sides, of like having been burned a little bit in the past and kind of holding on to some of that on a subconscious or conscious level. Okay, let's see what else I want to get. I'm gonna get, oh, I wanted to get a card for this big picture thinking. So there's going to be a lot of excited energy, fast-moving energy between these two, the two of you. It's like, go, 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 like, ooh, we could do this and we could do that, and like, let's do it. And then there may be a little bit of hesitancy as well, some of these fears coming up. But there's very much this like impassioned, wow, creative inspiration between the two of you. Okay, over here on the left, what do we got? We got balance. Yeah, this person just wants things to be equal and reciprocal and balanced. They've been burned in the past by things being unequivocal, not properly balanced, so they've had to learn how to balance themselves out more. And maybe this person triggers some feelings of instability. Illumination. Things are being brought to light. There's a lot of clarity here. This person feels kind of like a clear vision of what they want, and any of those doubts and fears are going to quickly dissolve into the light. Okay. Peace. This person just wants harmony, balance, peace. They feel pretty leveled out in their energy, honestly. They pretty much like, yeah, I think this is gonna work. I feel good about it. Let's check out this person over here, person B. Love. This person is very deeply empathic and loving and has a lot of love to give. I want to understand a little more about this Page of Swords, Seven of Swords energy. What's going on here? Frustration. Yeah, there have been frustrating aspects of, you know, this person dealing with people that are immature and childish, and they see past that, and they are a little more evolved in that, so they are having to kind of work through letting go of some of those frustrations and also being very selective about where they place their energy. Okay, more about what the two of you, like with this one, it's interesting because I'm getting a lot of just like both of your pasts are what's being triggered, not as much as like the two of you are triggering each other. I actually feel like the two of you are very creative and harmonious together, but maybe both of you share like a similar sense of being burned in the past that might come up through your interactions with one another, but ultimately you're gonna find that you and this person have a lot to share and are on the same wavelength in many ways. So that's interesting, and this may be perhaps a bit of a newer connection. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Earthed. Learning how to be how to be human in the world but not of it. And Earth School. So interesting. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. All right. So you are both on this spiritual path of learning these kind of spiritual lessons, and you might vibe with each other in a way of like you get the universe on a bit of a higher level and you understand a lot about your soul growth, kind of the purpose of being here on earth and learning lessons. And so I feel like the two of you have a lot to reflect and learn from one another in terms of just getting it, being on the same page of how things work, how we're meant to learn lessons from our past, how we're meant to learn lessons from each other. And this person over here is person A is very connected to their intuition and is going to be using their intuition to guide them. And they may be like, oh, there potentially could be confusing things or obstacles in the way, but this person A is just very meditative, very connected to themselves, very grounded, willing to work through it all. And person B is ready to take a leap of faith and kind of dive head in and start to learn something. And even if they don't have the full confidence in themselves yet, they're going to take that bold leap of faith to be able to have confidence. I'm curious, like, are these people collaborating? Are they creating something together? What's happening there? Actually, I'm wanting to get a different deck for that. The Good Tarot. The Fool, yes, they're about to start a new adventure together. How exciting. It's like a brand new start of something that they can create together, whether that be a relationship, with a bond, a collaboration, a creative project. There's some exciting new energy that's being brought forth and created through these two souls interacting, you and this other person. On the left, I'm going to do how person A is viewing person B, and then I'll do the other way around as well. So how person A is viewing person B as the Hermit. Okay, so they see that person B is extremely wise and has done a lot of soul growth and soul lessons. Person A might be able to immediately intuitively pick up on what person B's soul lessons and soul growth are. Like immediately they're like, okay, this is what this person struggles with. This is what they're working on. This is kind of like their soul lessons, soul growth, and are already like all aware of that for what person B is like working through. And they can see that person B is working on that. Person A just might be able to see a few steps ahead. And then for person B, how they're viewing person A, we have the Star and the King of Air. So they really look up to and admire person A. They feel that person A is like a very healing, intuitive, kind, loving, beautiful presence that shines so brightly and has a lot of inspiration. They also see them as someone that is fierce and wise and doesn't take any BS, and will be like a mentor and a guide and someone that they can really depend on and look up to in a way. Interesting. Okay, we're just gonna get a couple more cards before we end. Whoa, just like flew out. The Crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Trust your path. Starseed, what lights you up? And Trust the Niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Both of you have an intuitive feeling of where this connection is heading and what it can bring forth. You're both star seeds and you understand each other on that higher soul level. You have a lot of trust for your path. There's just maybe some things in one or both of your lives that you need to let go of, like issues from the past, things that have come up in your past, immature people you've dealt with, that kind of thing. You need to not project any of that past stuff onto this connection. Okay. We're gonna wrap this up here in just a sec, but we're gonna get a few self-care oracle cards. We have Beauty Ritual, Make a Vision Board, so fun, and Spend Time with Animals. Okay, so these are just some fun messages of self-care that might be good for you to practice. I feel you both are very sweet, kind of kind, loving souls, nurturing towards animals, nurturing towards children, and you have a vision together of something that you can create and how you two can inspire one another. You share similar goals and similar passions, and you both practice self-love and self-compassion. So that's what I had for you, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a comment or subscribe or like or whatever, all that jazz to help me out, help me grow. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time on the Mystic Marshmallow channel. All right, pile number 3. Hello, hello. Welcome to this reading. I'm so happy to have you here. All right, I'm a goofer. Let's get started. Woo! I'm sorry is the first energy out. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Oh, Lordy. So we're going to be looking at 2 different energies here. Pile A. Well, I'll call it person A, person B. You may resonate more with person A, more with person B, a little bit of both, everything in between. Whatever comes through, comes through. Take what resonates for you. There's a bit of a heavy energy here. There's some past hurt. There's some sense of somebody needing to say, I'm sorry, because of their ego and some things that they may have done that were hurtful, that kind of pierced right through the heart of person A. Like we have person B here represented by the devil. It's kind of like they sort of pierced right through. And there's a lot of pain that is present. We're going to be taking a look here at person A's energy. We have the Page of Wands. Aww. You were like, person A was like this kind of sweet, innocent, optimistic sort of person, had this really idealistic view of maybe what this connection would be, maybe they're like, this is exactly what I've been praying for, this is what I've been hoping for, this is going to be perfect and amazing. And then we have person B over here. Page of Pentacles. Interesting, you're both represented by pages. So maybe there's this sense of your inner children, like the inner child, connecting in both of you. You felt a resonance with each other, like you had a similar vibe, but this person, person B, has some ego defenses that got in their way and some anxiety. Okay, and it may be because they also felt, they may have put person A up on a pedestal in a way of like, wow, person A is like all of these things. And that somehow triggered their anxiety and their defensiveness, which got in the way. And I feel like at some point, person A's bubble has been or will be burst about person B, that it's not like all sunshine and rainbows and roses and candles and happiness. Like there's some shadow stuff happening here. And it's not just that all the shadow stuff is here on person B's energy, though I'm feeling their energy more heavy. You're both equally, person A and person B are equally reflecting things to one another, as we always do with anyone. Oh yeah, okay, we've got the Death card and the 10 of Pentacles. Honestly, this might have been like a romantic connection, or a family. Could be, you take it how it resonates for you, but there's some sense of like, we're gonna be family, we're gonna be lifelong partners, we're gonna, like these expectations, and that did not happen. There's kind of a painful end. If it's a family member, it's like maybe you had to like cut them off, even though that's really difficult. If it's a relationship, there was a breakup, and that was a very painful thing. And it's like there's this sense of we should be loyal to each other. We're always going to be loyal to each other. And then there needed to be this severing, and that's like very painful. Yeah. We have double mission, Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. This person A may have been trying to heal person B, trying to fix them, save them, because they're in this Lightworker energy, but kind of the shadow side of it where you're trying to heal and fix another person when you really need to be focusing on yourself. We have Child of the Cosmos, the intelligence of the universe listens within you. There's like a wounded inner child that came in here. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. So it's like if there were disappointments where you wished that this person, one of them wished that the other person would be something that they're not. It's like you gotta pave your own path and be that person for yourself, kind of a thing. So looking over here at person A, faith. Person A has to have faith that even though things didn't turn out exactly as they thought or expected or hoped or dreamed, their dreams are still coming true and are still manifesting. It's just happening in a different form than what they expected. Caution, and they need to be a little bit more aware of the red flags and aware of their intuition, because they may have had an intuitive sense about person B. And in all honesty, if you're watching this, you're probably person A, but may have had like an intuitive sense of like, uh-oh, red flags, and then was like, no, there are no red flags. Here's my rose-colored glasses, and la 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 la, things are gonna work out fine. Sorry, I'm not making fun of you, but the red flags were there for a reason. And ghost. So that's the immaturity a little bit of person B, is rather than confront things head on, they would just kind of be emotionally avoidant, escape their own problems by not fully looking at their, or taking accountability for their part in things, and just kind of ghosting. And that can be very painful. So, and anxiety. The ghosting happened because of anxiety, because of fears of what would happen if they truly authentically communicated their needs. They're afraid of actually doing that, so instead they just avoid emotional communication. And for person A, this ghosting really, and this way that person B handles or doesn't handle their emotions is very triggering for person A, who really wanted person B to be a certain way that they weren't. And person A kind of took that personally in a way, when it's not personal to them. Like, none of this is personal. It's all just, you know, our own shadow energies that we're working through. Movement. Don't try to force things to move in a certain way. Allow the universe to flow. If you're trying to force things or push things along because you feel attached, that's coming from a place of fear. Trusting that the universe knows what it's doing and has your back is your best bet. That's your best bet. So we're going to look at how person A is viewing person B. We have the messenger of water. They feel this deep sense of emotional connection, and they like see the light in person B, and they see their heart, and they feel their pain, and they're empathically like attuned, and they're like, I know that person B loves me, and I know that they have love inside of them, and I know deep down they're like a good person. But person A also feels a little bit emotionally shut down right now because they feel a little bit burned, and so they're kind of like, I see you for who you are and at your core, but I also don't like fully trust you. But the person A may still be kind of holding on to, and honestly I feel like I should just refer to this as you, because I think you're person A. Like, I feel like you're kind of emotionally holding on to this other person as wanting them to still be your fantasy of what you hope and expect and know that they possibly could be. But if they're not living up to that, if they're not actually showing up in that way in the 3D, then you need to let it go. Person B, seeing person A. Temptation and the messenger of earth. It's like person B is tempted to want to re-engage and reach out to pile A, reach out to you. And I mean, okay, I'm just gonna stick with person A, person B. So they may be tempted to want to reach out with a message, but they may be kind of hot and cold. Like, they'll do it a little bit here and then pull back and then come back and then pull away and then come again and then maybe not. And they're kind of all over the place. So they're seeing person A for a lot of their beauty and awesomeness, and they appreciate a lot about them, but they also feel a little bit of a sense of guilt for the way that they've hurt person A, and they can kind of take advantage at times. You may not want to see them in this way, but sometimes they actually can take advantage, and they kind of actually do know what they're doing a little bit. And it's not coming from this horrible, malicious place. It's just coming from their own pain and hurt, but they can take advantage and be a little bit manipulative, a little bit selfish. I'm not gonna lie. Just giving it to y'all straight. Straight up. Okay, the energy between, there's a guardedness and a defensiveness between the two of you. Okay, where's the healing come in here? This is all meant to help you grow. We're going to find healing through this, okay? Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe, and Lemuria, creating heaven on earth is happening. So you are divinely guided. You're exactly on your path, exactly as it needs to be. You have people and souls in the divine realms and also in the physical realm that want to help you and want to support you. And your vision of heaven on earth, whatever that means for you, whatever that means in your life, is happening. And it is yours to claim. You have to just trust your divine guidance, but you also have to be willing to let go. There is forgiveness that needs to happen here. Holding on to resentment isn't going to serve anybody. And also holding on to an attachment of an idea of how you want a person to be or how you wish they would be is not healthy. So there's the tea, straight from Mystic Marshmallow. You heard it from me. Self-care oracle. We've got use your hands, spend time with friends. What was I saying about there's people who want to help you? Spend some time with your friends, okay? They're there to help you. If you don't have many friends, reach out and start connecting, chanting, okay? So you may want to get involved in some creative projects, use the support of your friends, do some meditation, some chanting. That's really going to help you. Positive affirmations and subliminals will be helpful for you. We're going to roll the astro dice real quick and see. We have Mars, the number 7, and Taurus, which may just be little confirmations or synchronicities for you. All right, thank you so much, Pile 3. I love you. Thank you in advance for commenting and liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. Mwah! Until next time, take great care.